Hello there, everybody. My name is Mike Nation, and today I'm gonna as you guys can tell, I'm doing yet another tier list. I love doing tier lists. Tier lists are my passion, or at least one of them. I have many passions. Tier list making just happens to be one of them. Because I love ranking the things I love in like a franchise or series. Especially there's more than one of them. Or there's more than three of them or something like that. Yeah, I think I can do it for ranking. But today it's not the case of a movie or a lightsaber duel or a scene or anything like that. It's about characters. Star Wars characters, to be more specific. And you guys kind of already know the drill. If you guys have seen my previous tier list videos, you'll know that I usually have the top one as green and the bottom one as red, but top one now is red because I kind of like these names for each little tier. Bottom one is terrible, all the way to the top is amazing, and technically the one below the bottom one is don't know. If I don't know the character, nor do I care about the character, and I'll put them in the don't know section. The rest of them I do know and care about, I will put in the other tiers. That way I don't get confused whenever I'm down here. Alright, so let's getting a little bit too excited, guys, so I'm gonna have to slow down on this. Getting tired from excitement, so let's I'm gonna try to like slow down and relax myself. So yeah, don't expect too much excitement from me this time around. Alright, so let's get right into this. So what do I think of Yoda? Yoda, I think, is a great character. If I can remember episode 1, he was okay in episode 1. Episode 2, I think he was, there wasn't much to him in episode 2. Trying to remember episode 2. My brain's like a little bit tired right now. Trying to get it to think. Okay. If I were to describe Yoda, I would say he was badass in part 2. Episode 3, he was great in episode 3. I loved him in episode 3. Same thing in episode 5 and 6. Even in 8. He is absolutely one of my favorite characters. Honestly, I constantly find myself conflicted of who my favorite Star Wars character really is. If it has to be the dark side, it's probably the Emperor. It has to be the light side. I think my favorite character is either Obi-Wan or Luke. Both of those characters I can relate to very well, and they're just overall absolutely amazing characters. Hold on. Um, Yoda happens to be one of my favorites. He originally was my favorite after I watched Empire, but after watching Revenge of the Sith, I don't know. I'll probably say my top 3 favorite characters are Luke, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. I'm gonna put Yoda in the amazing here because he is an amazing character. Darth Vader. Technically, Anakin and Vader are the same. They are physically the same person, but they are two entirely different personalities bonded in the same body. Hold on. Vader is like, I like Vader. Episode 3, his little cameo at the end. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Episode 4. He was actually pretty great in episode 4. 5, he was absolutely fantastic. Same thing in episode 6. Darth Vader, he's one of my favorite Sith. I'm gonna put him in the great tier. I think he's a great character. I would say he's like... Overall, I'd say he is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna put him right there. Anakin? If we're talking about this Anakin, the prequels Anakin, I rewatched some of the prequels recently. I haven't been able to rewatch all of them. I mean, the one I rewatched fully was Revenge of the Sith recently. Episode 1, Anakin, he was alright. Episode 2, Anakin, he was great. I liked episode 2, Anakin. Episode 3, Anakin was even better. I love Anakin. I like Anakin. He's a great character. I'd probably put him in the great tier. That's how I feel about him. Lando. He was great in episode 9. In episode 6, hold on. In episode 6, he was like, episode 6. Yeah, he was great in episode 6 as well. Episode 5, and I didn't really like episode 5. But I'd say overall, he's a decent character for me. Don't love him, but I do like him. Luke Skywalker. He's just... Y'all know where he's going. He's going up there. Jyn Erso. I haven't seen Rogue One in a long time, so I don't really remember Jyn that well. But I think she was, if I don't remember anything, like she was honestly forgettable. Most of the Rogue One team were forgettable in my opinion. It's kind of why Rogue One was just... It was just mid for me. Rogue One was very much mid for me. I've rewatched it a couple of times. Not really one of my favorites. Even though the last time I watched it, I thought it was amazing, but over time, I just think Rogue One has great character building, or has great world building. It has like a decent story. The final battle is fantastic. It's a great lead into A New Hope. Just the characters, they're just fine. Jyn, I'd probably put her in the decent category. She's a decent character. No, she's like a meh character for me. I don't know who that is. C-3PO? I love me some C-3PO. He's fucking hilarious. He's not like amazing on like a personal level, but he's just absolutely amazing on like a humor level. To put him in any tier overall when it comes to 3PO as a character. Uh he is pretty good. I'm probably gonna put him in the um the good tier. Jar Jar Binks. He's a bit of a tough one for me. He's hilarious. He's fucking hilarious, but like let's just say that he was just hilarious. He wasn't good or bad, per se. He's not even one of my favorites. So if I were to put him in any tier overall, I'll probably put him in the well, since that's pretty much his purpose is just humor, I think I'm gonna put him in the decent category. To be honest, I actually like him slightly more than Lando. Lando, I can like in 6 and 9, but in 5, not so much. Jar Jar only has like a major appearance only one time in episode 1. In episode 2 and 3, he was barely in those movies. In episode 1, he was pretty funny. I actually like Jar Jar a little bit more than Lando, only for one reason. He serves his purpose exactly how it's supposed to be, and I enjoy seeing him. He is really funny. So he's in the decent category for me. I don't know who this guy is. Asajj Ventress. I don't remember her character very well. I remember when I was a little kid. That was like the last time I was truly immersed in the Clone Wars. I haven't seen the Clone Wars like fully in a long time. So for now, I'm gonna put her in the don't know section because I don't remember her very well. Chewbacca. Hold on a second. Chewbacca. There isn't much to say about him other than he just he just does a thing all the time. The growling. That's his way of speaking. He is pretty fucking funny, especially his in episode 5 when I think Leia says something like, you know, much things about women or something like that, and then Wookiee starts laughing, and Han's just like, well, laugh it up, fuzzball. That was hilarious. Chewie, I think, is a pretty good character. I actually like him a lot. He's about on the same level as 3PO for me. Bo-Katan Kryze, the live-action version. Not a big fan. I'd probably put her in the meh category. Bossk. I don't really know him very well. We only see him in the movies, and I don't really care about the comics for him. I'm not gonna put him in the meh, bad. I'm gonna put him in any ranks other than don't know, because I don't actually know his character at all. He was just a cameo. He looked badass. But it doesn't mean I like him. Snoke. Snoke was decent. He was alright. Their performance from him was amazing by Andy Serkis. He was pretty intimidating. He's not badass or anything, but I think overall he's a pretty decent character. I like Snoke. I actually enjoy Snoke more than I do Lando, if I'm being honest. Lando and Snoke are around the same for me. Same thing for Jar Jar. Cad Bane. I don't remember him very well, so I'm gonna put him in the don't know section. Same thing with fives. Commander Cody. I don't remember him very well either. I'm gonna put him right there. Count Dooku. Hold on. Dooku is like, I don't know how to feel about Dooku, to be honest. He wasn't in the prequels very much. Since I haven't seen the Clone Wars in a while, I don't remember his actual character. But episode 2, he was like, if I remember anything from episode 2, he was just a bit of an arrogant asshole. And not only that, he was just kind of like uninteresting. I find his backstory interesting, but the character himself portrayed in the movies, in the Clone Wars, I think he was good, but in the movies, he's just like, he's just meh. So I'm gonna put him in the meh section as well. I don't know who this guy is. I haven't seen the Bad Batch. Kylo Ren. Let me give a second. Give me a second to think. I have very much conflicting opinions with Kylo. He's like, he was originally my favorite character because he's someone I could relate to, but ever since I grew out of my original phase, he's no longer someone I can relate to as much as I used to. And, his lightsaber is badass, don't get me wrong. Adam Driver does great with him. I would say overall, he's just like, I'll probably say he's decent. He's not like great or good, but he's a decent character. Let's just put him in the decent category. I actually enjoy him more than Snoke and Lando. So let's put him right there. But Jar Jar, I don't know. I enjoy Kylo more than Jar Jar though, so let's just do that. Actually, I think that fits. Darth Maul. He was badass in episode 1. Let's just say that. And his character in the Clone Wars. If anything I do remember from the Clone Wars very well, I remember Maul. Maul was one of the best parts of the Clone Wars for me. I love that they brought him back. I love that they gave him an actual character other than just standing around holding a lightsaber and just being an overall badass warrior. That was the best part about him before, up until he went to Clone Wars Rebels, or Clone Wars Rebels and Solo. He was decent in Solo. Rebels, he was great in Rebels. He was amazing. No, he was amazing in both. Let's just say that. Overall, since his true character shines from the Clone Wars and Rebels, let's put him in the amazing category. I loved me some Darth Maul. General Hux. Uh, uh, I don't know. He was just meh. I don't really like Hux, to be honest. Same thing with Holdo. Holdo's just like a meh character. Most of us in here know why. I don't really like Holdo at all. I don't really despise her or anything. Let's just say I dislike her. In fact, I would actually say she's a bad character. In my opinion, she is. She's like one of the only bad characters in Star Wars. Jango Fett. He was actually pretty badass. I liked Jango Fett. He was good in episode 2. I liked him in episode 2 a lot. He's not like great, but he was pretty good. Let's put him like right there. Moff Gideon. He was just meh. Just like the rest of these characters. I don't know that guy. Jabba the Hutt, I don't like Jabba the Hutt. I fucking despise him. He serves his purpose well, yes. But I still think he's a terrible person. He's overall unbearable to watch on screen. He's just bad. I don't like Jabba at all. IG. I don't remember that droid from Mandalorian. I do remember he was like shooting at some guys and shit. He was pretty cool, but he wasn't in there long enough for me to like him. Padme Amidala, I think, is actually a pretty good character. I like Natalie Portman's performance on her. I think Natalie does a good job. Padme. She was great in episode 3. Episode 2, she was great as well. I'll probably put her on the same level as Anakin. I actually do like Padme a lot. I think she's a pretty great character. K2SO. He was funny, but he's not like great or anything. I'd probably put him in decent. Rose Tico. She's not like one of my favorite characters, but like she was okay. Like she wasn't great, but she wasn't bad. I'd probably put her in decent. She's a decent character for me. Kit Fisto. I don't remember him very well. I don't know Fennec Shand at all. Him. Guy from Mando says, this is the way. No, not this is the way. The guy says, I have spoken in The Mandalorian. I mostly just remember him for the memes. So let's just put him in the don't know section. Mace Windu. In episode 2, he was pretty badass. In episode 3, I actually do kind of like Mace Windu. He isn't bad. I'd probably put him in the good section. I think he's a good character. I actually I enjoy Jango and Mace all around the same level. The Mandalorian. He was a good character. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't really know him very well, but he was good. I haven't seen The Mandalorian in a while, but when I do get a chance to rewatch it, I'll probably I'll try to analyze the character more. And see if I like him or dislike him. But from what I do remember, I do like him. He is a good character. Plo Koon, don't really remember him. Poe Dameron. I do like the lessons he learned in episode 8 and how he grew as a character in episode 8. In episode 9, he was pretty funny, but just too funny for my liking. In episode 7, his friendship with Finn is so wholesome. I love his friendship with Finn. And on say Poe, he's a decent character, I guess. I actually enjoy Poe a little bit more than Lando. I'd probably put him right here. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna put Poe, right there. Han? Han is pretty funny. And I love his growth where he goes from episode 4 to this cocky smuggler. He tells others to not be cocky, but he does it himself. And, I mean, of course, he's a Corellian human. He was born from Corellia. That's how Corellians are. Corellian humanoids are pretty fucking cocky and think they're better pilots than most people. Episode 5, he was still cocky, but he was able to, he had the willpower to give up most of his scoundrel and smuggler ways to to being in love with Leia. In episode 6, he was a badass, and I love that little moment where he he finds out that Leia is quote unquote in love with Luke when she really isn't, and he has the willpower to just give up their love in order to let Leia be happy. But Leia's just like, no, he's my brother, and he just has this this face of shock. That's a pretty funny moment, but at the same time, it's really heartwarming. He's a pretty good character. In fact, I'll probably put him in the great section. I think I'm gonna put him in the great. I feel like that's a good spot for him. The Emperor, I didn't like before. After I saw episode 9, that's when I started really liking him. In episode 1, he wasn't in episode 1 very much. He was decent in episode 1. Episode 2, he was just okay. Episode 3, he was absolutely fantastic. Episode 5, it was a good introduction to him, but there wasn't much character to him at all. In episode 6, in episode 6, he was just like, he was pretty decent in episode 6, but overall, I'll just say he's a good character. He's not great, but like, he's good. I actually enjoyed the Emperor more than most of these other characters. Let's put them right here. Grand Moff Tarkin. My brain's like really tired right now, so there's much more thinking I could do, but I'm still gonna keep going for you guys because I love doing these videos, so I'll just keep going for now. Grand Moff Tarkin, he's just meh. Hondo Ohnaka, don't really remember him. Leia Organa, she's pretty great. I like how I loved her in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I recently watched Obi-Wan Kenobi. She was great in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I loved her in Obi-Wan. Episode 4, she's just like, hold on, guys. My throat's starting to hurt, guys. It's starting to become sore again, so I'm gonna speak a little bit quieter, and I'm gonna be not so excited. In Land Episode 4, she was like decent in Episode 4. Episode 5, Um, she was great. In episode 6, she's about the same. Sequels Leia is pretty decent. Overall, I think she's a good character. She isn't great in my opinion, but she's good. I actually enjoy her more than Jango and Mace and Mando, but I don't enjoy her as much as Chewie, 3PO, and the Emperor. Captain Phasma, um, she's just meh. She isn't bad or anything, but she's just meh. Let's just like put her there. Uh, Qui-Gon Jinn. Never really liked him, to be honest. I like that he is a rebel to like the Jedi Council, and I think I like how he taps into the Force itself and not just the view of the Jedi. Overall, Qui-Gon, uh, he's just a meh character. He never really was one of my favorites. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's a great character. Episode 1, he was just like, he was decent in episode 1. Episode 2, he was funny in episode 2, let's just say that. He was great in episode 3. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he was amazing in his own series. In episode 4, he was pretty good. Overall, I would say he's a overall I'd say he's a good character. He isn't great in my opinion, but I'd say overall he's pretty good. I'm gonna put him like right there. Cassian Andor, I don't really remember him. Krennic, I don't remember him. Kira, yeah, she was just meh. I don't really like Kira at all. Admiral Akbar, I don't think of him. He isn't in this saga very much anyway. He's like a very minor character. He isn't one of the main ones. So let's just say I don't really know him. General Grievous, he was menacing and he served his purpose well. But I don't really like him very much. I would say at best he was decent, but how I really feel about him, he's just meh. I like him more than Qui-Gon though. You know, I like him more than most of these other characters, including Phasma. I think he's about right there. Jin is like Jyn Erso's like she's about right there. Bo-Katan's all the way at the bottom there when it comes to meh. BB-8. He was decent. He wasn't bad. Wicket the Ewok. He was funny. He was good. Let's put him in the good section. Finn. He's great. I love Finn. I love me some Finn very much. Episode 7, I love how he betrayed the First Order and went on to have a great friendship with Poe. And he even Finn even fought Kylo Ren with a lightsaber, just really badassingly. In episode 8, he was decent. Episode 8. Episode 9, he was just okay. Overall, when it comes to just episode 7 alone, he was great, but then the other two, I'd say at most he's just good. Let's just like put him like right here. I think that would be a pretty good fit for Finn. I don't remember this guy. R2. He's my favorite droid in all of Star Wars. In fact, I love R2D2. I'm gonna put him in the great section. I don't know that guy. Boba Fett. I didn't really like him in the originals. He was intimidating in episode 5. Since I've recently watched episode 5, I thought he was pretty good in episode 5, now that I remember. Episode 6. He was a joke in episode 6. In The Mandalorian, he was pretty badass. Let's just say that. Overall, I would just say that he's just decent. I'm gonna put him right there. I think that's a pretty good fit for him. Cara Dune. Never liked her. She isn't bad per se. It's more just meh. I don't know this clone at all. Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. I'd say, if I remember the Clone Wars at all, I'd say she's one of the best parts. Same thing with The Mandalorian. I think she was great in The Mandalorian. I'll probably put her in the great section. Or no, I'm gonna put her in the good section. I think I actually liked Ahsoka a lot. I actually am I'm gonna put it right there. Actually, no, I think a better fit for her would be right there. That's just how I feel. Rey Palpatine. Not really a big fan. Episode 7, she's like, in episode 7, I don't really know that I feel better in episode 7. Episode 8, she was just okay. Episode 9, I think she's great in episode 9. Overall, I think she's a decent character. I'll probably put her like right next to Kylo, just slightly right below Kylo. I actually like her less than Kylo, but I do like her more than Boba Fett. I don't know this guy. Fennec Shand. Did I already run her? No, I confused her with another character. I think. Hold on, let me take a look. I thought that was Fennec Shand, but it's not. This is Fennec Shand. Yeah, I don't really know her at all. Grogu. He's just okay. I'll probably put him in the meh section. He isn't forgettable though, let's just say that. I feel like a good fit for him would be like, let me put him like right here. There's two baby or Grogu pictures. I don't know who this asshole is. Grogu, I haven't seen, or I mean, Omega, I have not seen the Bad Batch. Tobias Beckett. Haven't seen Solo in a long time. I think I only saw like once or twice Solo. Solo I love, but I'm not. It's not really one of my favorites to like constantly rewatch like the main saga is. Overall, I'll put Tobias Beckett in like I'll probably put him in the decent section. He's kind of like one of my least favorite characters anyway. Then put him like all the way at the bottom of the decent section. Um. I actually enjoy seeing Dooku and Grievous more than Tobias, but I think overall Tobias is a better character than Dooku and Grievous. Though I don't enjoy him as much as the other two. Let's just keep in the decent section. Shurt Amway, the blind Jedi, or the blind Force user with the Force stick. He was one of the ones I do remember from Rogue One. He was actually. I actually like him a lot in Rogue One. He was pretty good. Or at the very least, he was decent. I'll probably put him in between Rey and Kylo. Yeah. I think that would be a good fit for him. Mayfield. Haven't seen The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 7. I've seen all The Mandalorian except that one. That's like the only one I wasn't really interested in. And Episode 7, that's like the only episode of The Mandalorian I have not seen at all, so I don't know him. Saw Gerrera. Don't really remember him. I think he was just okay-ish in Rogue One. Don't really like him too much, though. Baze Malbus. I do like, I'm sure, in Baze's friendship in Rogue One. But he isn't like one of the best characters. I actually like him more than Cara Dune and Saw Gerrera. In fact, I actually like him a little bit more. I feel like this would be a good fit for him. I don't know. Yeah, right there. Savage Press. I don't remember him. Bail Organa. He was just okay-ish. He ain't bad. I feel like a good fit for him would be like right here. I don't know this character. I don't care for this character. The armor, I don't give a shit. And yeah, I actually think Darth Vader is my favorite Star Wars character. Yeah, this is my tier list. As you can tell now, my top 5 favorite Star Wars characters are Darth Vader, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Darth Maul, and Anakin Skywalker. And then the other top 5, which are part of the top 10, number 6 is Padme, number 7 is Han, number 8 is R2, number 9 is the Emperor, and number 10 is Obi-Wan. And the rest are what I think. Yeah. Jabba and Holdo are the only two characters I can't really stand all. Holdo I can stand just like a little bit more than Jabba. But they're still really unbearable characters. All the meh characters, they're just how I feel about them. They're just meh. Decent characters, Kylo was my favorite, but not Vader. Vader's superior. I love Vader. Vader and Yoda are both my favorite Star Wars characters. I think they always were. I've just been so consumed by how other people think in the past that I didn't really care about how I felt anymore. I cared more about how others felt. So I just kept on like switching my opinion from one to the other until my opinion is accepted. But that's what I used to do, but I don't do that anymore. I don't give a shit what anyone thinks about my opinions anymore. That's why I put Vader at the top. Jabba's all at the bottom. I don't like Jabba. I love Vader. So yeah guys, this is my character tier list. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please drop a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And have a great day, guys. May the Force be with you, always. And Mike Nation, out. Bye.